One of the most important steps on sharpening is actually to have flat stones. Here's why, and this is how you do it. Knifewear is here to make your experience with your Japanese kitchen knives and sharpening much better. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a video. Also check out the products and other videos in the description below. Flat stones are an essential part of sharpening. If you're sharpening on uneven surfaces, you never get as even edge. Flat stones also will allow you to have much more control and precision on the edge. As you use your stones wear down very slowly. But when it wears it down unevenly, causing the stone not to be flat. Stones wear down at a different rate. Generally speaking, softer or coarser stones wear faster, harder, or the finer grit stones will wear slower. As you grind your knife down, it will grind the stones down as well. Low grit stones like 1220 grit stones needs to be chewed probably every time you sharpen a knife. Or the harder stones like a 4000 grit or 8000 grit, I usually flatten them every 5 to 10 knives. To flatten your stones, you would need a chewing stone. Chewing stone is an essential part of your sharpening kit. This Knifewear chewing stone is very reasonably priced, great stone for casual sharpeners, and does a great job. If you are a sharpening nerd like myself, or sharpening tools like chisels, plane blades, or stray razors, you may want to consider getting a diamond plate for a chewing purposes. Good diamond plate comes in two parts. One is really nice, thick, flat base metal, and the second part is replaceable diamond abrasive. Base metal is going to last you pretty much for your lifetime and keep its flatness. When the abrasive diamond wears it down, you can purchase a replacement pad to stick on top of it. This particular one is Atoma diamond plate. But there's more selection of diamond plates you can find out on the links below. It may be a little bit difficult to tell if the stone is actually flat by looking at them, so I will show you some tricks. Easiest way to tell is to draw a grit on that stone by using pencil, or in this case I just gonna use Sharpie. I'm going to chew this out using the chewing stone. The key is to erase all the lines, all the markers that I put on the stone. When you're chewing it, use this side down on the stone like this. Use lots of water and put consistent pressure on it. You want to do them on the long side or parallel to the stone all the time. You never want to chew this way. Do make sure you don't work on one section only, because it will wear one section down. So do it evenly until you don't see any lines left. At the finish, we always like to take in the bevels off by running on the corners. The reason why we bevel the corners is that it becomes very sharp, and sometimes it cuts you while you're sharpening. Also, it becomes very vulnerable for chipping. While regular chewing stone still works fantastic for most stones, diamond plates works a little bit better for the stones have been worn down much more. I'm going to do it on this 220 grit that has been worn down much more than the previous 1000 grit. I do the same. Use lots of water, put it flat. Advantage of these diamond plates is that it's actually big enough to cover whole stone, so that covers whole thing. Makes it so much more easier to get a perfectly flat stone. One tip is that you don't want to see this diamond plate tilted more so that the edge of these comes outside of the edges. You can chew them this, but never this. You see, this stone has worn down quite a bit more than the previous 1000 grit. So there are still this spot to be chewed. So now you don't see the obvious brown spots or the darker spots that were on the middle. This is why you want to use the diamond plates rather than a regular chewing stone. This would have taken a lot longer by using this type of stone than the diamond plates. That is also why you want to chew your stone every time you use them. This is 4000 grit stone. You can certainly use one of the diamond plate to chew your 4000 stone like this. But if it's relatively flat and you see the little black marks left from the sharpening, you could use a Knifewear stone. Make sure it's wet again. Then it works like an eraser. With the water, it takes very thin layer of stone off from the stone. This is a great way to maintain your fine stone without having them flatten every time you use them. Remember to always rinse your stones after you use your Knifewear stone, because Knifewear stone often is much coarser than the 4000 stone itself. So it will often leave a little bit more coarser slurry on top of the very fine stone. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, just leave it in the comment section below. Please like it or subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you.